A few years ago, I did a series on my YouTube channel of interesting facts from every episode of The Office from every season. And ever since then, I've been wanting to do this to other shows that I love. And after a 2-year break, I thought, what the hell, let's do this again. So the show I'm doing interesting facts on every episode from every season now is Married with Children. Married with Children is a sitcom that follows the Bundy family. No relation to Ted Bundy. Better, but still horrible. Married with Children ran on the Fox network for 10 years between 1987 to 1997 for a grand total of 11 seasons. Like my Office series, every fact I'll be getting from every episode comes from the Wiki page itself. So this might not be 100% accurate, but let's just hope. So today, let's look at interesting facts from every episode from Married with Children's 4th season. The blue t-shirt with white pineapples Al wears in Hot Off the Grill is the same shirt that Ed O'Neill wore on his last day of the new Hollywood Squares. Al's line after Peggy wins the contest of the aerobics instructor visiting the Bundys for 2 weeks and dead men don't do aerobics. Peg, I know you never asked for my permission when we got married or when you conceived the children, but if you think that Fruit Loop is staying in my house, was cut from the Sony release of the Season 4 DVD. However, it is intact in the Mill Creek version of the DVD. Buck Saves the Day has a couple scenes missing on the Sony Season 4 DVD. These scenes are also missing from the syndicated version. Steve singing Ghost Riders in the Sky, a cowboy legend after the girls begin playing poker. Al's line when he tells a scary story to the kids. But the worst of it is, there's still some of them out there. There might be one behind that tree. Ah! But then again, there might not be. But beware. Because wherever a man is free and has change in his pockets, they'll come a-creepin' and they can't be stopped. Now sleep if you can. The scene after Buck runs off to get help with the kids cheering him on, where Steve runs back to the campsite screaming and swatting away bees. And lastly, the continuation of the scene where Marcy calls Kelly a cheat after it shows Kelly hiding a deck of cards behind her neck and taking a card. Kelly removes the cards from her neck while Fern asks Marcy if the guys are going to be okay. It then cuts to Steve asking Bud to put more mud on his tongue. The woman who plays TC in Truth or Consequences, actress and former porn star Tracy Lords, plays Vanessa Van Pelt 2 seasons later in Al Bundy's Shoe Dick. The actress who plays Molly and He Ain't Much But He's Mine, Kimmy Robertson, and Christina Applegate appeared together in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. The actress who plays Yvette in Fair Exchange, Mila Jovovich, went to high school with Christina Applegate in real life. Desperately Seeking Miss October is the only episode in which we get to see Al's father's face. While we do get to see him in a flashback in the last season's Requiem for a Heavyweight Part 1, Cliff Bemis plays him in that episode while Ed O'Neill plays him in Desperately Seeking Miss October. The actor who plays the sheriff in 976 Shoe, Dan Tellis Jr., would make multiple appearances throughout the course of the series. He would appear as a construction worker named Sonny in At the Zoo, the sheriff again in Rock and Roll Girl, FBI agent Mahoney in The Egg and I, a Chicago PD officer in Weenie Tot Lovers and Other Strangers, an Full Entry, Old Insurance Dodge, and Luck of the Bundys. His name would not be stated until Season 8's No Ma'am as Officer Dan. The actress who plays Mrs. Reitman, the mother of the spoiled teenager in the car dealership in Oh What a Feeling, Nancy Pretty, is Christina Applegate's mother in real life. Marcy's reply after Al says, "Don't let them bother you, Marcy. Ignore them. Chew your cud and hold your horns up high." Excuse me, but did a pig just burp in here? Through to Steve changing clothes on the Bundy's patio, were cut from At the Zoo in the Sony Season 4 DVD release. It's a Bundyful Life Part 1 as well as Part 2 aired the same night as the Simpsons series premiere. The actor who plays the Angel in It's a Bundyful Life Part 2, Sam Kinison, was originally wanted to play the Al part when the show was first conceived, while Roseanne Barr was wanted for the Peggy part. Who Will Stop the Rain was nominated for Outstanding Editing for a series multi-camera production at the Emmys in 1990. It lost to The Tracy Ullman Show. A taxing problem was the last episode that Steve actor David Garrison filmed as a regular before leaving the series to focus on his Broadway career. The actor who plays Cecil, the director of the music video that Kelly's a part of in Rock and Roll Girl, Adolfo Shabadoo Quinones, is best known for playing Ozone in the 80s films Breakin' and its sequel Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. The actor who plays the pizza boy in You Gotta Know When to Hold 'Em Part 1, Michael Stoyanov, played Anthony on the hit NBC series Blossom. The actress who plays Yummy All Day in Al's James Bond fantasy and You Gotta Know When to Fold 'Em Part 2, Ava Fabian was the Playboy's Playmate of the Month for August 1986. She would pop up again in Al's fantasy of what he would do with the gold in next season's Route 666 Part 2 as Honey Roasted. In What Goes Around Came Around, Bud mentions that 75 kids make fun of him. This specific number was intentional since this was the 75th episode to air of Married with Children. In Peggy Turns 300, Bud tells Al that Peggy's chances for a perfect bowling game are 1,000,000 to 1. The odds for an amateur bowler to bowl a perfect game are 11,500 to 1, and the odds for a professional bowler to bowl a perfect game are 460 to 1. In Peggy Made a Little Lamb, Kelly asks Peggy if she can get a nose ring or a tattoo for her senior portrait. Even though Peggy said no, Kelly must have went against her and got the ankle tattoo. Because in later episodes of the series, you can sometimes catch glimpses of Christina Applegate's ankle tattoo. Bud tells his tour group and Rain Girl that Kelly was conceived in Al's Dodge. We learned this to be true in the final season's Requiem for a Chevyweight Part 1. During the filming of The Agony of Defeat, the cast filmed a segment for ABC's 1990 The Earth Day special. All of the cast, minus Katie Seagal, wear the same clothes that they wear in the special that they wore in the last bit of the episode. Marcy tells Al and Peggy in Yard Sale that Steve's two strengths were sex and show tunes trivia. This is a nod to Steve actor David Garrison's love for Broadway.